Hey friends, it's Dennis Nappy II here, and I want to go over my world events predictions for March 2021. I made these predictions in February. Let me get the exact date here for you to look at my session, but I made them last month in February. A little late getting it up here, but my session date was February 27th, 2021. I do have a timestamp where I put this out there if it needs to be, but it's not going to go that far with this stuff here. This is just an experiment as I am training in the process of remote viewing, trying to look 1 month ahead in the future and see what I can pull back. Real quick, looking at my results from last month. If you tuned in last month, thank you for those of you that checked in and gave some feedback on it. I felt really good about the session last month in just the way that it was structured. This month, I structured it the same way. I didn't feel as good getting my data. My stories didn't feel as clear, but I was also a lot more stressed this month going into it. Last month, I was in a better place, just timing. But looking at my predictions that I did in January, trying to predict the month of February, as far as I can tell so far, I think I'm at about 25%. I did 4 stories, and I think 1 out of those 4 has come true. Now, talking to some of my friends, they say that some of them see a window of 30 to 90 days, but my tasking queue was the next month of February. So right now I'm going to go with I got 1 out of 4. Unless you know of a story out there, that would be a great help, great feedback for me. So just a quick recap. Let's start with the good news here. Let me share my screen. Let's see, screen share. And here you have it. Okay, so these are my predictions here for February. I'm going to go down to what I'm considering, what I would say is a hit. February 2021, and I went to right here. It was the top crypto news. So it was moved to and described the top crypto news. And I wrote, wow, tumultuous, exciting graphic, off the charts. This is good. This is big. I feel really happy. Invest and invest now is what I told myself. Not financial advice, by the way. Okay. And then I came down here, top blocked, a chunky event. What was it? Something with the crypto landscape. Critical crypto infrastructure in the ether. A key concept or idea is revealed. Okay, well, what's the most important aspect of this event? I had a big announcement. I had an AOL of Wall Street, which was just a guess, but I said it was going to involve Bitcoin, Bitcoin news, Bitcoin crypto, uh, hard, stable, fast, shoom, like lightning, up, up, up. And I wrote, yippee. So that was my Bitcoin prediction there that I felt pretty confident in. So then I came across this. So that was February 27th. I did that. And then if you look on, this was I'm sorry. Let me go back to my date there. That's a miss. It was January 27th, I believe. Let me double check my date. I misspoke here. Yes, I'm sorry. I did this prediction on January 30th. Let me share my screen for transparency here. Sorry for boring you guys. It was January 30th here that I did this prediction that Bitcoin was going to go up, up, up. Okay. And then on February 8th, this story was, and it may have even been a little bit sooner, but this is just the story I pulled right now. February 8th, we have this story right here. Tesla buys 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, plans to accept it as payment. Well, that's pretty awesome. This is Elon Musk making this announcement, and then that made quite a few headlines there. And then let's look at the charts for Bitcoin here. Okay, here's Bitcoin cruising along, cruising along, cruising along, and then we're up here. This is July, and then here we are, January 21st, and then let's go January 30th, right around the time when I did my prediction. And then Tesla makes that announcement and boom, it shoots up here. So you can see right there, that's February 18th after that announcement. That goes all the way up. So my prediction was on that one. I feel really good about that one. As for the other ones, I'm not going to belabor and go through all of them, but if you check out last month's session and you can find some feedback for me, that would be great. I had a story about, what was this one? An escape or evacuation or an earthquake or some kind of terrorist event, people running down the steps. I didn't know if it was terrorism or a natural disaster or what. So I couldn't find any feedback on that one. I had a local event. I live in the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania. I had an event that felt like old people and some kind of announcement or challenge, a woman with one tooth. And then I had some kind of scientific discovery that I thought maybe was related. Maybe this is vaccine stuff. I got to do a little bit more digging on this one here. But I had some kind of scientific discovery. I need to go back and look. But I couldn't find anything to fit that. So right now I'm giving myself 25%. Let's get to why everybody's here. Let's look at my predictions for March of 2021. That my tasking on this one that I self-tasked, the viewer will identify and describe major world events that occur and are reported via the media in March 2021. The viewer will identify and describe a significant or interesting event that occurs and is reported via the mainstream media in March 2021 in the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania. Okay, so again, here's my first. This is before I started really doing anything, just what comes to mind right away when I close my eyes. I had right away SpaceX, Crossroads, Frontier, Pavilion, Way Station, Pamphlet, Rocket Launch. And I had this, which I was interpreting as some kind of shuttle. That was the nose cone of it, round, angled, beveled. I think I already got feedback on this one. I'm going to wait till the end of the month to share that, but I think a story just came out today. Today's date for the record here is, where are we? Thursday, March 4th, 2021. It's 11:18 in the morning. So there's the shuttle, round, angled, beveled, structured, engineered design. So it was something about this shuttle. I wanted to see a little bit more, and I just see these shapes. They were shiny, sparkly, round, robust, engineered, geographical, enlightened, metaphorical. Keep looking at it, some low-level data. It was an object. I had flimsy, loose, wavy movement. There was energetics, but it was slow, methodical, and rhythmic. I had an AOL of merchandise. And then going into a little bit more S2 data, I had like this, I call it a whopping sound. It was like if you take a piece of thin metal or aluminum and shake it, it's like whop, 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 like a whipping sound. Smooth, sharp, razor thin, metallic, reflective, very bright flash. And my energies were just flowing, free-form charged particles, particulate, accelerator, acceleration, algorithm. And then looking at something that was angled or beveled, short, divided, sectioned, and chunked. Light, airy, fluffy, like on a puff of air or cloud of air. It was graceful, smooth, light, floating, gliding. And then I had this here, elemental, wavy, breezy, pulsed structure. And I had this light on either side and pulses of energy just poof, 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 like shooting down or up. And then noise, fracture, sound, infrastructure. This is like a signature or a sine wave. It was coded or encoded, encapsulated. It was a unique signature identifier. I don't know what that means. That's this wavy lines were coming down. Just another sketch here of some kind of aircraft, some kind of structure. I had aeronautical, structured, beveled, angled, elevated. And the most interesting aspect of this was spinning, fulfilling, organizing, replicating, self-replicating, generating, regenerating, production, movement. And then I felt lost there, so I took a break. And I came back and I got this sketch, just downward thrust, movement, air, aeration, airspace, engineered, mechanical, structure, organized, chemical compound. What is it? It's a race. Geoengineering, a design, a structural design of integrity. For what purpose? To resolve. To resolve what? I asked. An engineering feat, a marvel. And had an AOL or a guess of a catastrophe. So the data is pointing to some kind of, it sounds like geoengineering, involving an aircraft up in the sky. So, time will tell on that one, but maybe that'll make the news, something with geoengineering. I did come across something about cloud seeding, and that might be connected to it. So more to come on that. I saved that story. I'll review that at the end of the month, at the end of March here. So moving on to the next event. Last month I did this. This gave me a nice clean break. This month I'm looking here. What do I have? Eruption, chaos, turmoil, hail, heyday. I have a structure. It's about a structure or an object. It was hard, big, large, massive, thunderous, explosive, solid, soft, floating. And I had this sketch here. It was this mess going left to right, and then this vertical object or structure in the middle. So looking at A, which is this left to right mess here, it was energetic, shaky, wobbly, movement, circular, centripetal, spinning, pushing outward, moving around a central spire. And then this central thing in the middle, B, was hard, metallic, much calmer. And then I had this feeling of it was coming in and up, in and up. So it was upward movement like a current or convection, spinning, moving, twirling upward. And I had the word plains, plain, or landscape. Okay. And then on the outside here, it was calm, still, undisturbed, but it was being slowly pulled towards the center. So I guess maybe this could be something like a tornado. I did see some other viewers had some tornado data for this month. And then for D, which I had down here, I had this shape here. And I expanded on that a little bit, this shape here. It was hard, shaky, granular, open, smooth, chunky, soft flowing moving through something, and I had an AOL of a rock. So that could be some kind of tornado event. Move to the most interesting aspect of this event and describe. I feel calmer now. The location is important. This is an event. I wrote, I heard no loss of life, but this is an event to see, something to witness. Describe the energetics, I said. Shaky. I can't read my own writing there. Pulsed in stages, wobble, wobble, boom. And it was a discharge or release, like wobble, wobble, boom. And I'm wondering if this is a different event and I just didn't cue myself well. Because now what I'm seeing here is, again, angled, beveled, smooth, bored. I had the words machined. I don't know if this is machine, but I had an AL of a meteor impact, and this felt like an object coming from above and coming down. And I saw or felt the air beneath it moving out of the way, like an energetic wave, the pressure wave moving out ahead of this object. It was tumbling, wielding, falling, crashing, spinning, then straight. But then, boom, it hits. So I was seeing around that object descending downward on a large cone-shaped structure, impact, energetic release outward, multi-angled star-shaped impact pattern. So this object's coming down, and then here's this cone-shaped structure, and then it hits it, and then the result is this impact crater that's down here. It's like just a multi-sided star-shaped impact crater. A lot of that's my conscious mind putting a story behind the low-level gestalts that I was seeing here. Okay, so now I was trying to look in the Lehigh Valley, and honestly, I didn't get much. This was hard for me to find anything. I got respect, chaos, turmoil, an event, a public, an open forum, like a discussion or a conversation or a debate. Open, chunky, blocky, spacious, roomy, corrugated, spontaneous. I had people talking, echoes, hard, pastels, male voices. And then I wanted to move to the optimal position and sketch and describe. I have no idea what this shape means. A movement or idea is how I labeled it. Hard, slow, sluggish, dealing with a central authority. Very slow moving, like sludge on the outside of it. And then I moved again, and I had an AO of a crime scene. This was I want to move to the moment of this event and describe. I had crime scene, and I had this sketch here. So in this, what looks like an intersection here, it was described as squishy or bouncy, a network of things, of concepts and ideas, spongy, complicated societal issue, community. Over here at B, I got the word nail salon. That's an AOL. C here, empty, hollow. And I had AOL of Allentown, which is near the neighborhood where I live. So who knows, maybe there's going to be an event that inspires some kind of societal issue here. Move to an hour before the event and sketch or describe. I wrote, this feels happy. An hour before, people dancing, celebrating. There's a crossroads. They're jumping, bouncing. They're excited. So maybe a gathering of people. The most interesting aspect of this event, and I just wrote, I had an AI. I should have labeled this as an aesthetic impact. This feels boring to me. People dancing and celebrating. A celebration of what? Ideas, cultures. And I had calamity, a coming together, but not much here. So maybe there's this event an hour beforehand, and then something happens during that event and it becomes some kind of societal issue. I don't know, but that's where I had for that one. Then I moved to the top crypto news. This is the one everyone's been waiting for, right? Again, not financial advice. However, I have seen some corroborating data on this data point here. So it was an object, energetics, movement, not sounding good, spinning downwards. I had the term downturn and charts as AOLs. And I had this sketch here, and it was these left to right descending lines, these horizontal lines that were descending like in a spiral, but it looked darker and thicker on the left-hand side. And I got this feeling that as everything is tumbling down, it's forcing something up. So if you picture like a corkscrew going down, the corkscrew looks like it's going down, but if you put something on it, it would spin up on the left-hand side. So I wrote, Something is coming down and bringing something up as a result. It's hard to see because of the downward movement, but look to the messiest part and you will find the rise. It will take you for a wild ride. Will you do it? It feels risky, but there are big rewards to have. If you are prepared for these gains, this looks negative but feels positive to me. A sleight of hand, a calculated movements, like a shell game. This may be related to industry and infrastructure. Move to and describe the most interesting aspect of this event. I had an AOL of Stark Industries, and that's significant because I think I found some feedback related to this, but we're going to wait till the end of the month and see. But I did see something. I never thought that would relate to this at all, but we'll see. Tumultuous, turmoil, chaos, but not. It is the calm before the storm. Beware of the echo, the clap back before it drops. What do I need to know? Follow the staircase, blocks, buildings, numbers. It will lead you to the road forward. We are in uncharted territory. I have said, describe this specific event in actual detail. An AOL of Tesla, Musk, and I had the figure 4 upside down, and then I got the AOL belly up. And I had this shape here with like a burst coming out here. And I wrote like a large bubble or balloon, burst, pop, AOL, crash, stuff going in, too much going in. It's not what's coming out, it's what's coming in and making it too full. What impact will this have on the cryptos in the short term? And cryptos are up, and then just this fall. So it's going to be up off the charts in the long, and then it kind of just levels out and then goes up off the charts in the long term. So that's the crypto impact. Slow, sluggish, downtrodden fall, then stable. This impacts us all. Protect your assets. And I had an AOL of a market crash. Again, I'm a rookie. I want to be quite clear with that. Last month, as far as I can tell, my remote viewing results was at about 25% correct in my out of my 4 predictions. Maybe there's another one in there. Maybe at best I'll be 50%. This month, I don't know. I had corroborating data with other viewers on some of this stuff, but I certainly would not make any investments on me for right now. Keep this as, hey, this is entertaining. Let's track it and see where it goes. And who knows? I mean, last month I got lucky with the crypto one. I certainly went out and bought a little bit of Bitcoin. I was pleased to see that. But this month, you know, whatever your financial position is, just make sure you're following the safety protocols that you put in place. So, and whatever you're risking, you're prepared to lose. That's the rule of thumb when you're dealing with investing, and that's the best advice I could give. But that does it. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. This is a really fun experiment. I like doing this each month as I develop as a remote viewer and learn from it. Really, even from my mistakes and my misses. So, thank you so much for your feedback and for your support and for tuning in. It makes it that much more fun and enjoyable for me, and I love connecting with all of you. So, I'm Dennis Snappy II. Thanks for watching.